What's up, y'all? And of course, welcome to another Alternative Factuals video. So once again, we're having another video for the week, but because the Falcon and Winter Soldier is coming out this week, I want to dive into some history that I'm pretty sure is going to be very, very relevant towards the show, as well as the history of the MCU regarding Hydra, a little bit of Zemo and, all that stuff regarding Falcon, Winter Soldier, regarding their history, and a character that I think, well, at least that was rumored to be in the show. And if that rumor proves to be true, then this history might be proven to be true as well. But you already know the usual. Before I dive into anything in this video, please be sure to like, share, and of course subscribe. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're feeling. And without further ado possible ado, let's kind of just dive into today's video. So the Falcon and Winter Soldier is going to be dropping on Friday, basically filling in the slot for WandaVision. WandaVision, great show, great miniseries, really dope. And then we're going to be, I think at least for that show, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I believe it's supposed to be 6 episodes. Maybe 1 or 2 more, but I'm pretty sure 6 episodes. But besides that, I did a video a little while back regarding Isaiah Bradley and his relation and his history, a part of the super soldier serum and the racist history behind it. And some people believe, if something happened after the creation of the super soldier serum, for example, that's technically not history. Yeah, it definitely is, because that serum or the versions of the serum was actually created in direct response to the super soldier serum that was given to Steve Rogers in Marvel Comics. So just because something happens after a very specific event or an event that may have triggered a sequence of event, it still makes it a part of its history because it's in direct response to a specific event. So just wanted to clear that up. I'm pretty sure the people who commented on that, some of them probably weren't subscribers, probably some of them are, but just to make things clear, just in case. Anyways, so it seems like, or it appears that Carl Lumbly, the same dude who voiced Martian Manhunter in the Justice League series from the early 2000s, as well as plays John Jones' father in Supergirl, basically it seems like he's going to be playing Isaiah Bradley. It's not proven to be true. It's a rumor because Isaiah Bradley, he's going to age simply because the super soldier serum was very incomplete, even though he was the one who had a stable set of abilities for the longest period of time. But how is this relevant to the Falcon and Winter Soldier? Now let's go a little back to Civil War and Hydra and all that stuff. Matter of fact, let's take it back to the Winter Soldier, the actual movie. So what we found out regarding the Captain America and Winter Soldier was that Hydra was directly responsible for a lot of the changes when it came to SHIELD and a lot of the way that they went about things, as well as they were encouraging events all over the world in order for them to be able to take it over voluntarily from the planet Earth, in order to have this rule over them with this iron fist, in order to uphold and uplift the ideals of Hydra. So what does that mean? Technically, what we've found out from WandaVision is that there are superpowered beings who are already on the radar of Hydra, especially because Hydra has been watching history, as well as Hydra was well aware that magic, super advanced technology like alien technology has been out there far more and far longer than since the Earth came into existence. That's something Hydra knew about, and they wanted to definitely get their hands on and kind of modify and kind of implement things into their society in order to get the results that they needed, in order to kind of take over the world the way that they saw was fit. So what does this have to do with anything? Knowing this, Hydra was also responsible for the same program, the Weapons X program, which eventually led to, basically the Weapons Plus program, which was in direct response to, the whole super soldier serum. Once Steve Rogers was created, once the perfected formula of Steve Rogers was created, the Dr. I believe Erskine, was never able to replicate it again because he was killed shortly after, proving that the serum was very successful with Steve Rogers. Now, Steve Rogers, and according to the MCU history, of course, went to war, and then no one was ever able to create it all over again. And then eventually they won that war, even though Steve Rogers was kind of buried under the ice after he fell off that whole, not fell off, but after the plane crashed into the Arctic. So we get fast forward to basically Captain America Civil War. Captain America Winter Soldier, where Armin Zola basically is describing the events of history have been altered because once they lost that war, in terms of when Captain America, or around his timeline when he was originally, supposed to live out his life, around that time, the same Hydra scientists, not just Armin Zola, but a couple other people who were believers or had faith in Hydra, they came into the American, into America through a program where they, recruited a lot of German scientists, and then they grew inside of SHIELD like a parasite, and then ultimately gained power by, obtaining information, obtaining very powerful artifacts, obtaining just overall things that would put them ahead of their enemies when they were, when they decided to basically, announce to the world that, hey, we are Hydra, this is our plan, this is what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. So we already know this. Now, in order for them to get the, the Winter Soldier serum, the same serum that gave Bucky his abilities, which makes him comparable to Captain America, there had to be a few trial and errors in order to get to that point. Because I'm pretty sure that, there was never at any point just going to be Captain America and then somehow someone was able to invent this perfect Winter Soldier serum. That was not going to happen. So between the original Captain America serum and then, well, the whole Super Soldier serum and the Winter Soldier serum, there were trial and errors in order to get to that point, which will lead us to Isaiah Bradley, one of the people who survived the Tuskegee experiments in Marvel Comics history, which was actually just simply a cover-up for the Super Soldier serum and them trying to recreate it. But in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, chances are the same people who were taking place in the Tuskegee experiments, during the time that Isaiah Bradley was a lot younger, he was one of those people who actually had a successful transplant of the Winter Soldier serum, or maybe a less stable one, but one that was relatively stable enough where they knew that they were heading in the right direction. And thus, it eventually trickled down to Bucky, him getting his abilities, and so on and so forth. So what we have timeline wise is that Captain America got the first Super Soldier serum, and then after that he was buried in ice. No one saw or heard from him until present day. Then after that we get Carl Lumbly, who is suspected to be playing Isaiah Bradley, who was the one who is deemed as the Black Captain America because he received a version of the Super Soldier serum and or the Winter Soldier serum that gave him abilities comparable to both Captain America as well as Winter Soldier. But the serum itself was not totally complete. It wasn't completely perfected, but it was stable enough for Hydra to know that they were headed in the right direction. Once they kind of perfected it and kind of, got things going the way that they kind of wanted things to go, eventually they gave the serum to Bucky, as well as giving the serum to those other Winter Soldiers who were pretty much in those cryogenic freezers during Civil War, and pretty much they were killed during that cryogenic freeze by Baron Zemo because obviously he did not want to bring more Winter Soldiers into the world for his own personal reasons. Now, to kind of wrap things up, because I'm already kind of 8 minutes deep into this, and trust me, there's a lot of ways you can tie a lot of stuff into this. WandaVision has basically made it very clear that certain events that happened before Infinity War still exist in the MCU timeline. Just because we have not explored them yet does not mean they didn't happen. They may have happened differently than in the comic books, but it would understand or it would explain how Hydra got from point A to point B, which is what I think is the Falcon and Winter Soldier kind of serving that purpose, where they're finding out what's going on with Hydra, kind of cleaning up some details, as well as they're going around in this espionage, secret agent kind of vibe, superhero, whatever kind of thing, where they're going around, they're finding out bits and pieces of information regarding, not only just the Super Soldier program, but the Winter Soldier program and Hydra, and people who probably have worked for Hydra who have information regarding these programs, and the people who were involved, which ultimately would bring them to Isaiah Bradley, who was one of the test subjects, who were basically someone who survived, a black man who survived the experiments that were supposed to recreate the effects of the Super Soldier serum, aka the Winter Soldier serum. He was one of the survivors, managed to survive, and thus he was the first step in them creating this Winter Soldier serum, or he was a part of the step that created this Winter Soldier serum in a group of black people that took place during the Tuskegee experiments in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So if Marvel decides to take this route by rewriting some of the Marvel Comics history, since, as like I said before in the other video, they were experimenting on to try and emulate the Super Soldier serum, but instead in the MCU, Isaiah Bradley and those group of black people who were under the impression that they were getting, these Tuskegee shots or whatever the case may be, they actually were a part of the Winter Soldier serum testing, and Hydra was the one responsible for it, and the Falcon and Winter Soldier are going to be the ones responsible for finding out those details regarding the American government and Hydra and their involvement in the creation of these enhanced beings. But let me know in the comments down below what you think of this theory of me piecing this together. If you agree, let me know. If you don't, let me know your theories, and if you're new to the channel, please be sure to like, share, and of course subscribe and leave your comments down below, and I hope to see you later on. Peace out.